The Wild Bunch's wild failure. The hot sun burns down the flat, straightforward lands of Belle Fourche, South Dakota. The townspeople of Belle Fourche anxiously await for the Black Hills Roundup, the blood-racing event full of bucking bulls, charging horses, and trotting sheep. Down Fifth Avenue, the popular store, Cowboys 2, is bustling with children, families, and other folk purchasing the latest stock of Western clothes and essentials for a radio. Horse-Lick Equine Supplements receives an equal amount of customers preparing their horses for the large event. The tourists pour into the Merrick Inn, excited for the rodeo and to explore the various attractions of the small town. The geographic center of the nation monument sits proudly, inviting all eyes to gleam at it. The Paleo Adventures, jealous of the attention, advertises its dinosaur fossil digging and information on prehistoric life. The smell of the Leaky Pot Cafe captures the noses of all passerbys, the smooth coffee and sweet tea blend pooling in the air, begging anyone to enter. The sizzling burgers of the Branding Iron Steakhouse hiss at all pedestrians, daring them to enter and just try a bite. The steakhouse offers a refuge from the harsh sun, a warm meal accompanying the cool air conditioning. However, Brapp's Burgers and Brews has a different kind of offering. Foaming, fizzy, and full drinks pop and whistle a tune for everyone's ears. The burgers join in the symphony, their delicious deep taste complementing the high hiss of their refreshments. The flip pages captures the attention of full bellies looking to rest. The Belle Fourche Library offers soft, cushy sheets and informational, entertaining books to read just after a meal. Finally, the sleepy Tri-State Museum wakes up to join the crowd. A blink and miss of building, the museum offers a breath of fresh western air upon stepping inside. Many relics of the past line the shelves and tables. However, a brief, often forgotten summary stands out from the other interesting artifacts. The summary reads all about Butch Cassidy's gang, the Wild Bunch, and what happened in Belle Fourche on the 28th of June. 5 men led their horses up to the Butte County Bank. Their names were the Sundance Kid, Kid Curry, Flatnose, Peep, and Walt Putney. The hot sun burned down the flat lands. July was on the horizon. Peep slightly swayed to the side, having just treated himself to the saloon before the robbery. Sundance Kid handed Peep the reins. He would be their getaway. Peep held the horses as the 4 other men went inside. Flatnose shouted, his voice booming across the room. He pointed his revolver at the head cashier, the man immediately lifting his hands. Kid Curry dealt with all the customers, all 5 of them getting on their knees and raising their arms. The Sundance Kid made his way to the bank teller, grabbing him by the collar. He slammed the man against the bank vault, pointing his gun at his head. The bank teller scrambled to the vault door, his shaky hands entering the combination. While the others were doing their business, Peep looked around nervously. A man began to walk towards the bank. Peep paid no mind, forgetting his fellow gang members were currently inside robbing the place. The man entered and rushed out, shouting for the sheriff. Peep stumbled up, about to draw his gun. Suddenly, all the horses started bucking, startled by the screams of the man. Peep clenched on the reins, pulling the horses toward him, trying to calm them down. The horses fought against him, their eyes wide and their nostrils flaying as they whinnied. His horse flung its head back and its reins slipped out of his grip, all 5 horses taking off. Peep fell on the ground backwards, landing in the dry dirt. He rushed to his feet, immediately taking off. He knew the robbery had been busted. He had to think quickly. Peep ran behind the saloon, dashing into the outhouse and slamming the door shut. The law would never find him here. Just as the bank teller opened the vault door, the 4 men heard the alarm being called. The Sundance Kid pushed the bank teller aside and ran into the vault. He looked for the $30,000 the bank allegedly had. He heard the hoofbeats just outside. The Sundance Kid panicked, swiping as much as he could carry. Kid Curry and Flatnose waited for him. Walt Putney had already taken off. 3 ran outside to fetch their horses. They were gone. Kid Curry was livid, a river of curses coming from his mouth. The Sundance Kid ran left. Flatnose went right. Kid Curry also went right, running as fast as he could. Lawmen screamed behind their backs, giving chase. The 2 were faster, managing to slip away. The Sundance Kid wasn't pursued. All the attention was on Kid Curry and Flatnose. Peep sat in the outhouse, hearing all of the commotion outside. He blinked, then smiled to himself. He got away. Hiding was clearly the smarter option. He cheered, proud of himself for being so clever. Then the outhouse door swung open. The man who interrupted his thoughts was none other than the sheriff. He was promptly arrested and taken into custody. He was the only one who failed to escape. The other 4 men escaped with only $97, a pathetic and meager amount compared to the $30,000 they believed they would receive. While a mostly insignificant event to the history of America, the Wild Bunch's robberies helped form the beloved Western genre today. There are many forms of media inspired by Wild West gangs, a majority of the content being legendary and memorable. Many actors such as Clint Eastwood made their career off of this romanticization of the West, earning thousands of dollars for this cowboy-like physique and voice. Even video games such as Red Dead Redemption 2 are directly inspired by the Wild Bunch and other outlaw gangs. Without Butch Cassidy and his gang, the treasured Wild Western media may be different as people know today.